What's up guys, I'm DT Artman and I'm back with yet another figure review. As you can see, we are looking at the Hot Toys Avengers Endgame Captain America figure. So stick around and let's get to the unboxing. Okay, first things first, let's take a look at the box art. As you can see, we have a picture of Chris Evans in his final Captain America suit. We have the name Avengers Endgame. We have the Captain America name. In Movie Masterpiece, you always see this logo with figures from a film. You see the Hot Toys logo at the bottom here. And when we flip it on its side, we see the name Captain America. We see the Avengers logo at the bottom. And we see a logo of Captain America's shield at the top here. Now when we flip it on the back, you get all the information about the figure, the warning, the logos, and of course the Captain America name again. And when you flip it on the side, it's the same thing. When you put it on the top, you see the name Captain America. And then you see Avengers Endgame at the bottom. Now, if we remove the sleeve, you get the full look of Captain America and his accessories. Please don't mind the scotch tape. It doesn't come like this. The top of my box broke, so I had to fix it. At the bottom, you see the Captain America shield here. And there's not much difference when you see the second part of the box on the side here. You still see the Captain America logo at the top, and you still see the Avengers logo at the bottom. When you flip it on the back, though, you see a faded look of the Avengers logo, as well as everyone involved in making this figure. And it's the same thing when you flip it on the other side. Okay, now that we've taken a closer look at the box art, let's get to the accessories. We have Mjolnir. Those of you who have seen Avengers Endgame, you know the scene where this comes into play. You have the Chris Evans head sculpt here. I think this is the best head sculpt that they made of Chris Evans. We have the Avengers Endgame standard issue stand. You have the Captain America nameplate here. You have a Captain America helmet here. You have the standard pegs that every Hot Toys figure comes with. You have the stand to place the figure on when you want to put the figure on the stand here. You have the compass that holds the picture of Peggy Carter, as you can see right here. You have this hook right here that you can place on his back to hold the shield, where it looks like he has the shield on his back, you know. You also have two different mouth plates that you could swap out. You have the pointing action hand here where he's like, charge, you know, that kind of thing. You have another posing hand where it's more open palm here. You have a hand for holding the compass. And you also have two gripping hands here for the shield and Mjolnir. Speaking of the shield, he comes with two different shields. This is the regular one. Of course, it's a little dirtier. I wish it was cleaner, and I wish it was die cast. This is plastic, basically, but, you know, it'll do. And this is the second shield. This one is the broken version, you know, where Thanos takes his sword weapon and basically slices the shield into pieces. And, of course, here's the extra shield pieces here. And last but not least, the instruction manual for the figure. So like I said before, always keep this in handy. You're going to need it. Okay, that's it for the accessories. Let's take a look at the figure itself. Okay, now we have our first full look at the figure. I gotta tell you, this suit is amazing. It is very much comic book accurate, and I love the scales on the suit. They couldn't have done a better job with this. With that being said, let's get to the articulation. Okay, let's start with the articulation of the head. You can turn it right like this here. You turn it to the other side here. You can tilt it backwards like this. You can tilt it frontwards at a pretty good range. Now, when you look at the ab crunch, it's a little bit of a crunch, but not that much. But it's pretty good. You could bend the arm here at a 90-degree angle. You could turn the arm back just a little bit, but not that much. Now, when you get to his legs, you could bend it backwards at pretty much almost a 90-degree angle. Now, for the toe part, you can put it down like this, but you can't move it upward because the shin guard blocks it. To me, that's a bit of an issue, but it's not a huge issue. Excuse me, I gotta get the figure right here. All right, now that we looked at the articulation, let's get to some poses. Okay, after posing this figure and getting some time to review it, I've got to say, this is the best iteration of Steve Rogers' Captain America, in my opinion. Sure, there's the 2012 Captain America version, but I didn't like the design of that suit, and I wanted a more comic book accurate look. And if that's what you're looking for, I highly recommend this figure. There are some warnings I want to put out to you. When you're replacing the hands, it is a hassle, because you're trying to fit that peg into that small hole in the hand. But that's not too much of a negative part. It's like I said, if you really want a Steve Rogers iteration of Captain America, get this figure, because the look of this thing is beautiful. And as far as the head sculpt goes, it is definitely, to me, the best head sculpt of Chris Evans. So that's it for today's review. See you next time.